2. Hello and welcome to the first episode of PBJ on ETB. We are here to study the Bible together and go on a weekly adventure. And we're going to come to better understand the sticky truth and the sweet truth. Sticky because it's true and we want it to be held on to, and sweet because it makes our life better. Every week we're going to study a different passage of the Scriptures, and many of you have received one of these books that we passed out at First Church. Whether you have the book or not, we'll publish the Scriptures for every week, and we hope that you'll read these and discuss these together. But as we come together for these weekly episodes, I'm going to bring a friend every week to help us as we talk about the Scripture of the week. And this week, I've brought my friend Brianne. Brianne, what are we doing here every week?
Oh, well, thank you, PBJ. We are here to study the Bible, and we're going to do that by exploring it together.
Well, that sounds very exciting. Shall we start from the beginning?
Yes, from the very beginning.
Well, let's start with Genesis then. That's at the beginning. A matter of fact, I think that we can reveal our weekly memory verse right away.
Sure. Genesis 1:1 says, "In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth."
Well, that's not so hard. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. I think one time I was told that was about the origin of baseball. In the big inning. But I think we should stick with what you said about in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. So this week, let's focus on a beautiful world. What happens in Genesis 1?
Well, it's where God created everything.
He created everything?
Everything.
And what did he have to create everything?
He had nothing. He just spoke it into existence.
He spoke things into existence, so he had no raw materials.
No.
So you're saying there was darkness, and then what happened?
Well, then there was light. There was no light, and then there was light. No light, and then light.
But God had a pull chain to do that, right?
Oh, no. There was no pull chain.
He just spoke it into existence. Well, you heard it here first on PBJ on the ETB network. God created light out of nothing. And then, as I recall, because I've tried to read the whole book a few times, that there was someone in the New Testament that referred to himself as the light of the world. Is that true?
Yes. His name was Jesus.
Jesus. Do you think we'll be mentioning Jesus more than once as we're reading these books in the Old Testament?
I think they'll be pointing towards him, yes.
Wow. This is getting exciting. So, God created something out of nothing, and Jesus is the light of the world. I wonder what else he created in that first creation week. What do you have there, Brianne?
Well, I brought some of my stuffed animal friends here to show things that God created.
A giraffe, a chicken, and a turtle.
Yeah.
Wow. And after God created these animals, along with probably winged creatures and fishes and all those things, what did he say to these animals?
He said, "Go, be fruitful, and multiply."
Wow, so giraffes went and were fruitful and multiplied with turtles, right?
Oh, no.
So you're saying giraffes were with giraffes and turtles were with turtles?
Yes.
Oh, well, that makes sense. Wow, that's very fascinating. God created the animals from nothing. Wow, I think that there were more things that God created. A matter of fact, God created humanity. And first God made a man, but what are you doing?
Well, I'm just looking at myself in this mirror here. Aren't I beautiful?
Well, sure, you're beautiful, but is this the time, Brianne?
Well, it says in the Bible that we're made in God's image. So I just wanted to see how beautiful I was.
So you're saying starting with Adam, we were created in God's image, and you're created in God's image. Am I created in God's image?
Yes, you're created in God's image too.
And everybody watching this video was created in God's image?
Yes, you're created in God's image too.
Wow. Well, I read in the Bible that Adam was created out of the dust of the earth, and God literally breathed life into him. Well, but there's women too. How were they created?
Well, God put Adam in a deep sleep and then opened him up and took one of his ribs and made Eve.
Wow, what a story. So you're saying that Adam, when he woke up from that deep sleep, walked over and saw this new person for the first time, and I could just imagine that his first word was, "Whoa, man."
Oh, no. I think you mean woman.
Woman. That makes sense. Wow. So God created Adam and Eve. Amazing. Mm-hmm. You heard it here first. And all of this happened in the first 6 days of creation. And then one begins to wonder what could have happened. You have a warning sign up. Are we supposed to do something?
No.
Why was there a warning? I mean, God gave Adam different things to do in the garden, right? Like naming the animals, but why was there a warning?
Well, he told them that they could eat of anything, but not from the tree of knowledge of good and evil.
So anything in the garden they could eat from except that one tree.
Except that one tree.
Wow. I wonder if that was hard for them to avoid that one tree. So they had to choose to obey God.
They did. They had to choose.
Wow. I wonder how that went. I have a feeling we're going to hear more about that.
Yeah.
So this all happened in these first 6 days of creation. And then, but there's 7 days in a week. I wonder what happened on the... Brianne, am I boring you already? What's going on?
Oh, no, I was just resting.
Why are you resting?
Well, God, after he created everything, rested.
So you're saying he rested on the 7th day?
Yes.
And are we still to rest on the 7th day?
Yes. It's a gift from God.
Wow. I think later on when we talk about the 10 Commandments, I think that something like God created the heavens and the earth in 6 days, and on the 7th he rested. Wow, that's pretty amazing. Well, I found this picture this week, and I wonder if this has anything to do with our lesson. This picture is, it's just a few years old, but it's actually a picture of our wedding day. No, not our wedding day, but my wife and I's wedding day way back in the 80s. Isn't it a wonderful couple?
It's a lovely couple.
My wife looks at this and says, I'm twice the man she married. But already at the passage that we read for today, God establishes marriage between a man and a woman.
A man and a woman.
And we see that carried all throughout the scriptures. What a beautiful arrangement. Wow. Everything seems to be so perfect. You know, as we read the Bible every week, Brianne, there's a few questions that I think we should be able to ask. One of the things we should ask is, what have I learned about God? Any others?
What did you learn about yourself? Or how should you be living?
Yeah. And, you know, after we read the scriptures, there's probably one thing we should always do. And what's that?
We should pray.
We should pray. So, everyone, this is a wonderful adventure that we're on. Learn the sticky truth so it stays inside of you, and that sweet truth, because it makes your life better. So this is PBJ signing off from the first episode on the ETB network.